Hello, I'm back. This is just going to be a short little video where I'll be talking about Nintendo news, telling you about upcoming changes to the scheduling for some of the events on my channel, and a little unboxing of something really friggin' awesome, and some other announcements. So you need to know about this, and a little bit of news that you might have heard about. So without further ado, let's get down to it. Alright, let's get down to it. Okay, first of all, the Nintendo's plans for E3. Now, let me just pull up this article. I'm not going to go too into depth. There's a little over 3-minute video just laying it out, but I'll give you the highlights. Basically, Nintendo's E3. Pre-E3, they're going to have the Nintendo World Championships, so that's going to be friggin' awesome. June 16th, I believe that's Wednesday. Here, let me check my handy dandy. No, that's Tuesday. Tuesday, they're going to have their digital event at 9 o'clock 9 o'clock a.m. Pacific time, which is going to be 12 Eastern Standard Time. So I'll probably be in my office watching this, or I might take that day off, depending on how I feel. The Nintendo Treehouse Live will be taking place for that day, the day after that, like throughout the end of the week. Then that weekend, from Friday, here, let me check. Yeah, that weekend from Wednesday to Sunday. So basically, it's from Wednesday to that whole week. You'll have Mario Maker access at Best Buy. So they'll be bringing a little bit of E3 directly to you. So that's pretty cool. So basically what we got last year but expanded upon. I'm hoping that this year, at this year's Nintendo digital event, that they'll be as friggin' awesome as last year's event, because that event last year was fucking awesome. I don't care what anyone says, it was fucking awesome. That's pretty damn awesome. I mean, come on. So I'll be telling you about changes to my scheduling, new things coming up to look forward to, and then at the end, my unboxing. After the cut. So our next bit of information is just scheduling changes and upcoming content. So basically, I decided to drop my podcast about third parties because, frankly speaking, I don't want to spend an hour and a half plus hours talking about third parties, because really, I mean, we're getting the same stuff basically from third parties that we've been getting. We're getting a lot of next installments in existing franchises, not a lot of new stuff. And the new stuff, I mean, aside from the indies, and there's so much indie content that there's no way I could cover it all about E3. So instead, with Nintendo announcing they were going to drop or give hints about what their big plans were going to be for this year's E3, I decided to drop that podcast that was scheduled for this Saturday, which I know I originally said it was going to be at 7. I've changed it to 5, so that gives people more time. It's earlier in the evening, so nothing bad can happen. So I'm looking forward to that. But this podcast is going to be all about Nintendo. What we think Nintendo's going to do at this year's E3, what we're looking forward to, what we think they'll show, what we don't think they'll show. We'll also be taking questions, which you can leave here above my head, which, you know, whatever. So look forward to that. What else do we have going on here? No, that's it. Just that type of stuff. Let's see, what else? Oh, I forgot the new content. Look forward to before the end of this week, I'll be doing a resurrection episode, a solo resurrection episode for a genre that desperately needs to be brought back. And, or not a genre, a franchise that desperately needs to be brought back, and my ideas for basically bringing it back. So it's going to be a solo one, so it'll be short. I'll lay clear, concise argument out for it. And if you like the new format, let me know. If you don't, if you would prefer me to find someone who's conversant with that particular franchise to talk about it, go for it. Also, I will be doing, because I dropped the E3 podcast episode and moved the Nintendo one to this Saturday. Next Saturday's podcast is not going to be about video games at all, but instead we'll be talking about Daredevil. That's right, Daredevil, the TV show, the Netflix, well, kind of a TV show, the Netflix show. So we'll be talking about that and other franchises that we'd like to see Netflix take a stab at, because it's so good, we think they should do other things. So I'm calling out those who would like to be on that podcast. If you want to talk about, if you're conversant about comics, come on down, because, can't talk about video games all the time. It's boring. Well, it's not boring, but you need some variety in your life. So, let's see. Let me check my notes here. Okay. The next thing, and perhaps the most important thing, is that I also plan on doing a little short, 45 minutes to an hour long podcast series where it's going to be movies that we hate / love. Basically, I'm going to try and get some guests in order to talk about movies that we hate or movies that we love. We're just going to talk about why we like it, why we don't like it, we'll just we're just going to do a test. So the first one will be movies that we love. The second one will be movies that we hate. Or we might flip that and do movies that we hate and then movies that we love. It doesn't really matter. So look forward to that. If anyone who is part of my viewership wants to join, send me a message. You can find my contacts here, and I'll send you information to see if you want to be a part of that. So look forward to that. My unboxing is coming next. Now, this unboxing, before I get to it, is a part and parcel with something that's near and dear to my heart. Now, as you guys may or may not know, I am a huge Legend of Zelda fan. But the first Legend of Zelda I ever beat. Now, I played the first Legend of Zelda. I didn't play it when it came out because I was 1 year old. But in '89, I played the Legend of Zelda, the first Legend of Zelda, and the second Legend of Zelda. I didn't beat either of them. I got hopelessly lost in the first Legend of Zelda because I'm a 3-year-old. And number 2, I got kind of far, but the first dungeon stumped me. So, the first Legend of Zelda that I played and actually knew what I was doing was A Link to the Past. That's right. A Link to the Past. Now, to tell you how much of an impact this game had on me, I was like 5 years old, like 4 or 5 years old, and, or maybe, no, I was 5 years old. This game encouraged me to learn how to read. And here's the thing. The words in Link to the Past, omniscient, telepathy, stuff like that, these aren't words that you would normally teach a 4 or 5-year-old or even a 6-year-old. This is reading comprehension on a level that's like high school. Like junior high, high school, like 10, 11, 12, okay? So basically, this game encouraged me to learn how to read, okay? Beyond the means that I had with like basic, you know, phonetically sounding words out. So when I found out that in Nintendo Power there was a comic book about this game, I was like, you must be joking. But I went and actually found the entire series of comics, and I read, well, yeah, I did. And I read them, and I was like, wow, this is kind of dark. This is gritty. No wonder Link to the Past is so fucking awesome. Of course, you're a little kid. You can't say effing. I was like, this game is awesome. So, eventually, excuse me. Eventually, time passed. Some of those magazines got water damaged, destroyed. But then Nintendo did something friggin' awesome. They contacted the original author of those, and someone put together a bound copy of this entire thing. And lo and behold, from the depths of Lake Hylia itself, Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past. Da-na-na-na. Now this comic, this manga is my favorite. Is one of my favorite mangas of all time. It has everything you've ever wanted to see. It's got young Link waking up. It's completely in color. Oh my god, it's glorious. Oh my god. In the Nintendo Power magazine, this was not all in color. But in the Nintendo Power magazine, the first few pages were in color, and then dropped the package it was in, and then the rest of it was in black and white. The fact that this is now in color makes me ecstatic with joy, and it has Shotaro Ishinomori is the guy who, Shotaro's the man's name. Shotaro is the guy who basically did this. This has Link talking. It has Link cursing people out. It has Link calling people bastard. It also has the bosses. It has everything we've ever loved in The Legend of Zelda. I mean, this is just, this is awesome. It has Link becoming everything we've ever wanted, the hero that we've always known him to be. This is when someone tells me, when people talk to me and they say, well, come up to me and say, oh, you don't like people doing their own vision. No, I got this. I remember when I was a kid, I read the manga art for Metroid, when Super Metroid came out, and the comic for Zero Mission. When Metroid Fusion came out. Well, they didn't call... Yeah, it was called Zero Mission. I love those comics, but my god, this... Oh, the manga adaptation of my favorite video game... Well, my favorite Legend of Zelda of all time. Maybe not my favorite video game of all time, but definitely my favorite Legend of Zelda of all time. Although that might get overrun by the next Legend of Zelda game. But I digress. So basically, this is the manga adaptation. I haven't read this entire collection in a long ass time, and I'm gonna watch it again at some point, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm gonna read it again at some point, and it's gonna be fucking awesome. Just wanted to show you guys that. I think you can get it. This isn't the collector's edition, which is like leather bound or shit or anything. I got this on sale for $12.57 because it was originally it was like $20, and I got it for $12.57 because I jumped on it early, and then it went down to $17, and then it went down to $12.57, and I got my refund out of it. So yeah, this is called awesomeness. So what can I say? The manga adaptation of my favorite Legend of Zelda of all time, and I will be reading this sometime in the near future. This is Nintendo cred, boy. This is Nintendo cred. So, you know, seeing you guys in the future. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the description section. If you want to see the links to a lot of the information that I talked about with Nintendo and what's upcoming from them, the links will also be in the description. If you have any questions of a deeper nature or podcast questions, use the link above my head. Other than that, see ya!